Remember me? Remember me, friends. I may kill you. Here I go. Cool.
Hello, I'm Nick Briggs, and you're listening to the legend of the traveling TARDIS. You say traveling time lord.
Do it again. Just do it again. Just for the count.
Okay.
Just for the sake. Go ahead. Go ahead, Nick.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Briggs, and this is the legend of the traveling TARDIS.
Hello and welcome, fellow Whovians, to the legend of the Traveling TARDIS and our 75,000 subscriber Ask Us Anything celebration. That's right, 75,000 of you like us enough to subscribe, and we are so grateful for that. I can't express just how amazing it is that you guys come out here every week and watch us and subscribe and like and share and all of that stuff. So we decided, rather than doing Evolution of the Daleks, part 2 of our last review for David Tennant, we would do this Ask Me Anything. So you in the audience get to ask us questions, and some of our newer people like Sean can ask us questions that, who haven't been around as long. Whatever it may be. Speaking of, let's bring out Sean. Hey, how's it going, my friend?
It's going well. I'm excited for this, and I guess for what it's worth, I know I certainly don't want to direct the audience in any way. But if anyone's going to ask me any questions, I really am on a classic Who kick right now. So if you want to ask me any classic Who related questions, I would love that, or not. That's fine too. But I'm doing well.
And also on the show tonight, we've got Reverend Amagon himself, Tom. How's it going?
I've got so many different tabs up. I don't know which chat I'm using anymore. Oh my god. Mariana.
It's this one.
Cross.
This one right here.
Oh,
found
okay.
it yet? There you go.
Look what I got. Ooh.
Ooh. Peanut butter pie, Reese's. Yum. That's some delicious looking candy. And speaking of some delicious looking candy, hey, Candy Man.
Candy. I want candy. Bad bear. Hi guys.
Oh,
How you doing?
Hello.
I'm all right. Old man specs. I'm losing my sight. I'm getting old. So I now know what it feels like to be old, but I'm all good.
Wait a minute here.
UK. I'm just chilling out, relaxing, getting stoked for a couple of things going in the pipeline in a couple of weeks' time. And I may talk to you about it in a little bit later. And
nice.
Talk about candy. I think someone else is eating gummy bears at the moment.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it. All I'm seeing is some other old man glasses. Hi, Christian.
Hey.
Old man glasses.
I feel like I like it. Wait a minute. I'm going to put them up. It really looks good. I love the beard and the glasses.
The bumblebee, the yellow.
Yeah.
I've got them yellow. So
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Yeah, they look good.
Well, in any case, welcome, folks. Yep. First of all, as Dave mentioned, thank you so much. 75. I can't even imagine 75,000 people being in a room together, let alone 75,000 people hit the subscribe button to join us up. And we do this episode occasionally so that the new folks who just joined us, especially, thank you all, Ryan T, Husk, and all the team over at Creative Entertainment for bringing us over to the DoubleTree by Marriott, DoubleTree by Hilton, I should say, over by Universal Studios. That was fun, where we did Star Trek Orlando, Trek to Orlando, and that took place this past weekend, and we just had a blast. And I got a few stories to tell you about it, but let's go ahead and bring on the rest of the team.
Yeah, we've welcome back after much too long of an absence, Mr. Mark Muncy.
Hey, yeah, no, I was trying to eat jelly babies for this, but they're not readily available near me. So I got Bucky's gummy bears.
Yeah.
Instead. So
Bucky's.
Yeah, we love Bucky's. So, yeah, our new book came out, Dark Side of the Smokies. So I've been on book tour and all that. We'll be at Dragon Con this weekend. We were at West North Carolina Bigfoot Festival last weekend. So doing a lot of stuff. We'll be at Mothman in a couple weeks. So hopefully some of you meet us at some of those. But in the meantime, I'm here to talk all things Who. I'll do old school, new school, books, comics. I follow it all. So
excellent. And I got to say, it's an excellent book. I got a chance to.
Yay.
And I absolutely adored it. So.
Well, good. I owe you $5. Thanks.
There we go.
Question is, what is better, Bucky's
We're doing Who News,
or I was going to ask.
Gadget, do you have Who News? I don't even
What's
think
better, Bucky's gummy bears or what?
Just nod your head, yes or no.
Or jelly babies.
Okay, we do. Have
jelly babies. No, I got to go with the gummy bears. Jelly babies. When I finally had them, they were a little depressing. Oh.
What is a jelly baby? I kind of wondered if they actually existed.
They're like
a while.
They're kind of like a coated gummy bear.
If I'm not mistaken, they're supposed to be like wine flavored.
Yeah, but wine flavored.
Yeah, wine flavored. Yeah.
They're in the shape of little tiny babies, so you can bite their heads off.
I don't really like gummy bears because I always feel like they're candy that I don't like candy that resists me trying to eat it. So that's why I've never really liked gummy bears. But
jelly babies are a lot softer for gummy bears.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're more like a licorice chew a little bit, but
we're like soft pastel gummies.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna say jelly babies.
A licorice and a gummy. Yep.
I'm gonna vote jelly babies.
There we go.
There we go.
Speaking of jelly babies. There we go.
Well played.
Are we ready to bring on the Gadge?
I think we can. Why don't we hit that Who Knew News theme song and we'll bring in some Gadget. Hi, Gadget.
Hi. I'm still recovering and everything, so the voice is going to be a little off. But we forgot something last week. We could have done it early, but I think we need to do it today. Somebody's birthday was not mentioned.
Mm.
Ooh, whose birthday wasn't mentioned? Because this is the best birthday present for that person.
Kind of. I don't know.
Happy birthday, Christian.
Oh
yeah. Right.
Yep.
No, I don't think it was Christian. It could have been someone else.
Because, I mean, it could be Sophie, it could be Sil, but he shares a birthday with a ton of people on August 20th. And that was his birthday wish. We got 75,000 plus people. I think we're at what, 75.7 now and everything?
75.7. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're just okay. They're coming out of nowhere. And
all I know is I had one girl at the convention go like, "You're the Legend of Traveling TARDIS? I want my picture." And I forgot her name. She was the sweetest person going. And she was just like walking by and everything. And she's in our pictures if we do put them up. And it was a hit, except for a few little snafus, which we'll talk about later. But speaking of snafus, this thing with Doctor Who, and is it coming back? Is it not coming back? That's the other problem, because if you talk to BBC, BBC Two, or any of them, because now we've got a date for Land and Sea, and that even though Disney's not helping, Doctor Who will or will not, you know what I mean? It's one of those where it'll stay with BBC, but we don't know where it's going to land. So starting with the war between the land and the sea, it did get a spin-off date of 2026, but it doesn't tell us which month, but Disney is going to be airing it hopefully in 2026. As for the confirmation, Katie Phillips recently confirmed the show will continue with BBC with or without Disney's co-production partnership, and remains available on BBC iPlayer. The future is still uncertain, but it's up in the air right now. There are negotiations. So we do have at least a date for Land and Sea that we can watch something until we figure out, but it doesn't sound like there's going to be a Christmas special. It doesn't sound like really anything at the moment. And it's sad because I could have seen this going a little further, especially with the ending that had leaked with Doctor Who. And then you have the CB Babies coming out also as well, but they don't have a date yet for that. I'm hoping that airs on Disney Plus now that they absorbed Hulu, so it's going to be one of those conjunctions. But the best was what Dave sent, was that Doctor Who won the Television Critics Association Award for Outstanding Achievement in Family Programming for the second year in a row. It received the award at the Association Summer Award ceremony this year. So congratulations to Doctor Who on winning Outstanding Achievement in Family Programming.
I didn't realize it was 2 years in a row.
2 years. I was trying to make sure on that one. And it's funny, years. So it's light but short news, and basically, like I said, it's just all hashing back and forth. Is she the Doctor? Is Billie Piper? But she's working on Wednesday's show. Is she, like, you know? It's one of those where, like they said, it's still up in the air, but it is catchable on the iPlayer and BBC. I feel bad that it is off Max and all the other stations here in the US, but I think the Classic Who is still on Pluto and Tubi until that changes and everything.
Oh, Dave, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry, I'm going to add this to the Who Knew News.
And I'm sorry about what you see in the background. That's grab bags from the convention. I have that's like, yeah, it's like you don't want to know. This is just mild when you're broke. Imagine if I actually had money.
Dave, I'm actually going to say this during the show. Okay, so for those of you who are, I'm hoping you went somewhere else. For those of you who are watching on my Facebook page, Facebook has just flagged this video.
What?
Why?
For nudity and violence.
I'm wearing a t-shirt.
What? Thank you,
I'm serious. I'm sitting here. I'm sorry, I had to leave the studio because I was trying to reinstall it.
Well, since we're going to hell, yeah, and everything.
Oh, you know what happened, right, guys? We got.
I didn't have this up. I won this in a crane game. That's what I'm saying.
No, this started earlier because we were having technical issues.
Yeah,
with it
this is one of 3 things I won in a crane game for $20. That's what I was going to tell you. There was a lot of cool things going on.
Being too sexy again.
Christian, you know what happened, right? We got flagged because you dropped that nasty, dirty beat in the beginning of the stream.
There you go.
Yeah, we got flagged.
I was eating a naked gummy bear. I'm sorry. That's violent. No.
But you gotta love robots. They don't know what to do.
So I'm like, I couldn't believe it. It's like StreamYard said cut, and
we're still live everywhere else, right? We're still live,
which is funny because on the Traveling TARDIS Facebook page, it's still running, and on there's one other Facebook page that's still running. So, but for whatever reason, it took advantage of my personal page. So. Which is fine, but any of my friends who watch it from the Facebook page on my page, you're going to have to move somewhere else. So, and you're probably not seeing this because it got cut off. But sorry, folks, I can't explain why my show is now.
This is why I love live TV because we're real. That's what I'm saying. We're not like the other ones that rehearse everything and stuff or pre-tape it. We love when the glitches happen. Tells you guys that we're normal and things happen. And
Are
stuff.
we still on? Are we still on YouTube? And
yeah, we're still on. I'm watching
everywhere else. But it was just,
okay. Okay.
Yeah, but it's just that StreamYard, for whatever reason, flagged my own personal channel, and I have no idea why.
That's why I'm scared to go to my channel, see if it got flagged too, because it's running on mine as well.
Yeah, because the other 3 channels it's running on are all Facebook, and that includes the Traveling TARDIS Facebook page.
Yeah.
So go
Facebook
figure.
has issues. That's
We're getting too popular.
I just think it was just like violence and nudity. I'm like, where? Please tell me, because I didn't see it on my page. I'm not seeing this.
Because look at it, what were we, 25,000 away from 100?
Does Facebook
Less
have
than.
disputes? Just like a dispute
Actually,
process for that kind of stuff?
As we've been talking, it says we removed your restrictions from your account. I'm like, I'm just like, I am done with this. I'm just
Wow.
Like,
Imagine if I got pictures of the other. There was a couple of people at the con. That's why I want to talk about it later. That we might not even been able to put their pictures on, and I'll explain what happened because one got chased out of by somebody, and it was because the cosplay they were wearing, and they didn't listen to the rules.
Do you think that Facebook was trying to flag the other Legend of the Travel, the other podcast with different people, and they had a violation of the rules? I don't know how that mistake could have been made, is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying that is a very harsh mistake. It's not just like, well, yeah.
Because I don't see it unless they said the plastic bags were. They don't look human.
Okay, so for those of you who are on my personal Facebook page, move over to YouTube. You don't even want to be watching it there. I mean, if you want to watch it there, that's fine. But I mean, like, Facebook is acting so weird right now.
It always happens during the news.
We'll have to have some music to really make it work.
Maybe it was Darkwing's hiding up there.
No.
Right, it's definitely like
it's good.
I just been rebanned because of that.
Yeah, it comes back.
It comes back. It comes back in a vengeance.
You're welcome.
I know, Raj, right? Well, I'm just going to take off my pants for the rest of the show, so it at least makes sense. I'm in.
Good night, everybody.
Damn.
Please don't take off your
Facebook,
pants.
seriously.
Please don't. take off your
Facebook created a news story in the middle of our news.
Yeah, it did. That's why I love this. That's why this should be the next short when this happens. Put this up, Christian, to say, for those who missed part of the news, we got you. But
anyway, live.
That's all the news we have. I'm ready to crack up laughing because this is hysterical. Thank you, Facebook. Yeah.
Well, anyway, as Gadget mentioned, there were some other birthdays. This took place August 20th.
Yep.
So happy birthday, of course, to Sylvester McCoy, August 20th. Yeah. Sophie Aldred, August 20th, and the legendary Remembering Anthony Ainley.
Yes.
Which I think is funny. I call them the Survivor birthdays. Birthdays. All 3 of them were in survival.
That's an excellent point. Yeah.
Just those 3 having the exact same birthday, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you share with greatness.
And there's one more, and I don't have the picture up for some odd reason, but James Marsters from Buffy and Torchwood, the Torchwood series, he also celebrates a birthday today. So happy birthday to all of you guys. And yeah, just like whatever.
That's why I was like, I'm like, this is just crazy and stuff, you know?
Yeah, Gadget, from now on, don't talk about birthdays. Because apparently that is the thing to not do.
Her birthday suit.
That's the trigger. That's the trigger word.
Trigger.
Birthday. Oh God, really? Okay. And
we're gonna have to kill. Let's kill it. Let's just.
I think it was because we said you could bite babies' heads off with jelly babies.
Oh, that's your fault, then. You did this.
Hey, you know what? You did say that.
That was Candyman said that. I just brought it up.
Hey, I'm just laughing at the closed caption because I need it for the dyslexia, and I'm listening to what the people are saying, and then reading what's being written by the AI. Some of it is getting too stupid. Like they would say the name, and like they were saying, "My name is this Jackson," and it said, "I am in Jackson."
Mm-hmm. Well, and if it does read this transcript, I mean, even though you were joking about, the jelly babies, like that legitimately might be.
That might be what triggered it. That was exactly my thought. Yeah.
But this is what we do. This is what we do in the UK. That's a problem.
What is it? Dark humor, you guys call it, and everything. Yes. This is what I grew up with.
Dark humor / talking about candy.
Damn you, Mark Muncy. Damn you all to hell and your babies.
I'm sorry.
Dang,
You're forgiven.
you're forgiven.
All right.
Anyway,
I'll
Here's
just play
another
my
load.
silly buddy.
To
I'll
wrap
just play
up
my
the-
silly buddy. You guys keep talking.
to wrap up the
End the
news, of
news.
course, we had a poll because we also were at Star Trek Orlando in Orlando, Trek to Orlando, and we asked them because if you remember last week's Who Knew News, there is supposedly a picture, a little bit of a TARDIS that's showing up behind the Enterprise. And the question we just asking, in light of the TARDIS invading Star Trek Strange New Worlds, would you like to see Doctor Who cross over to Star Trek? And a big, vast majority, 86% of you said yes. But a couple of you said no, 14%. But we didn't
Same
give any
universe.
reasons. Well,
Can't please everybody. Can't
Can't
please
please
everybody. The comics that did that were awesome. There was
Assimilation.
one with Matt Smith and the Cybermen and the Borg teaming up. And then there was an
Like
older
Geekdom.
one with Tom Baker in the original series. I think they actually kind of redid that one recently, made it look like an old comic too. I think there's a couple others, but that was the big ones. I remember that. So
I don't know why, but I feel like if there was going to be a Star Trek crossover, I would want it to be the Sixth Doctor. I just feel like
yeah.
his attitude would uniquely, Did you say that 14% did not want that crossover? Is that what you said?
Yep.
I think, what was it? 14? Do I still have it?
Yep.
Love the banners when they got interviewed. Yeah, 14% said no. Computer says no.
You know what gets me is like, what if he puts a red shirt on his TARDIS? Does that mean something else is going to happen?
Yes.
That's how you get the Da Vinci painting, because by the end of the episode, the TARDIS will be exploded if it's wearing a red shirt.
Red hooded.
There you go, Tom.
Oh, he's going to book us again? We're going to get again?
Yeah. Thanks to Tom, now we're going to be banned. I mean, this is going to shut down everything.
Well, then how about this, like magical moke, whatever. I can never pronounce this thing, and stuff. And because she's a little girl, right? Let's see if that happens.
Little girl.
Oh, all right. Now we can get rid of the news.
Yeah, they're just like...
Dave, you want to go straight into commercial break and then we'll come back?
Sure.
All righty.
See you guys on the other side.
See you on the other side.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Yeah, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
And what we found out is when he dropped the load for the huts, he was kind of buried in the lead because he stole it from them too, and then got it. So no one ended up with it. Pissed Jabba off twice, and now he ends up in carbonite. Spoilers for episode 5. Like I had to think about that. It's like, do we go with 6 on this one? No, 5. Like that's not only is he mad that he dropped the load, but he stole it from Jabba to begin with. Like that, like Ocean's 13. When
is that the story? Is that the Han? Is that the Han story? The from Solo to episode 4, was he a thief or was he a smuggler or what was he?
He was
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you send. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused. I'll sew in close. The spell stays unspoken. A dark silhouette of a marked man, and I'm broken. Right down. I didn't listen to that voicemail or TikTok that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
Coming soon on Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, an interview with him, Sean,
And her, Sophie, Audrey.
There we go, and we're going to be talking about this. So don't miss it.
Hi Sophie. So a couple of us have got a little message for you.
Happy birthday to
You.
Happy
Birthday to
You.
Happy
birthday,
Dear.
Sophie.
Happy
Birthday
to
you.
Happy birthday, Sophie.
Oh, that's cute.
That was nice. That was nice.
Well, I
Love
want
that.
to thank Abby from TikTok. I'll try to see if I can find her.
Dang it.
Her screen name over there. I'm gonna just give her a big thank you for that, and that was wonderful. And she allowed us to have that on our YouTube channel. So if you want to revisit, you can rewind this or check out the YouTube channel for Sophie's birthday. And happy birthday to everybody who celebrated on August 20th and all the birthdays that came in between, here and now. So welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and thank you all. We're celebrating the 75,000th subscriber to pass our way and hit that little button. We want to thank everybody who started from day one. You want to know who it is?
Yeah, that's what we got to figure out. They got to make a system where we can figure out who made the 75th.
I can tell you who is on the list. I can't tell you who made 75,000, but
Okay.
and now we are cruising at what?
We only need 25,000 more, and we got to figure out how to get me to see you guys.
So thank you everybody who's participated. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that button. Go ahead and support us, because right now we are cruising. We're cruising right along. And the thing was, Dave, when we were the first day over at Star Trek Orlando, we were at 74,900 and like 22 people away from 75,000. Like, darn, that just hit it. As of today, we are now at 75,742. Looking at
whoa.
So yeah, I mean, we just flew by. And we did doing this right now. We do something called Ask Us Anything, especially for the new folks who are joining us, or people who are just like, I've always wanted to ask this question but never got a chance. You can just ask us practically anything within reason, and anything you want about gaming, about Doctor Who, about Star Wars, Star Trek, anything out of the
Anime, anything.
Barbecue sauce, and I'll explain that will be being sold over at Ancient City just a few weeks from now. Excuse me. And Dave, take it away.
All right. Do we have it? Do we have any questions yet?
Let me get to the chat. Let's see here.
Yeah, see what the chat has to say. I don't think I saw any.
I think more statements than excuse me, more statements than just me.
True.
Oh, okay. Here's one question. Timescales. What does flag mean? Flag means when the social media outlet gets triggered by something. Usually it's by AI. Like, let's say I drop the F-bomb on here. There is actually a rule on YouTube that if you drop the F-bomb within the first 10 minutes, the whole episode becomes demonetized. And apparently whatever the algorithms or whatnot, the AI can pick it up, and then boom. So speaking of, who did we lose? Oh, we lost
Muncie again. Oh my God.
It's his fault. So like I said, yeah, I've been like Facebook now, Zuck. I'm just for Zuckerberg, just to let him know I've just taken off my pants. So at least that nudity thing will be enacted now.
First, where is my shirt? Because the girl has her.
Hey,
like,
now.
Come
on, Gatch.
Like maybe it's my shirt. No, because she's fully clothed. I mean, that's
No, it's
like
what,
you know, because this ties into something. Because me and Dave have a sort of a one-off connection from something.
Catching new news after dark. So
Hey, I almost was on an anime series called Anime After Dark.
there you go.
Have you guys seen that South Park episode with Mark Zuckerberg? Anybody
Oh.
in here?
I have not.
I saw the tail end of it.
There's this South Park episode where Mark Zuckerberg is on there, and he apparently he spoke at this conference once, and his voice was all distorted, and he has this thing where he thinks he's a kung fu master. He's like, oh, it's Mark Zuckerberg, whoosh, and he's like, what's your style? And he has this thing where he's just constantly annoying everybody. I always imagine he's going to appear in that form when he's invoked on the live stream. But it's one of those things where I'm explaining the joke from something that you guys haven't seen, so I will cease. I did want to ask Christian though, if we have no questions from the audience, can we ask one another questions until that happens?
Absolutely, but I'm not to say unfortunately, but we're starting to get questions from the audience.
Oh, come on, audience! No, I'm just kidding.
No, let's Sean ask his question first. Well, we'll get a couple of them here. They're coming in.
I want to ask Christian one question.
Did you want me to ask? Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
go
Go ahead,
for it.
Candyman. Okay. Well, I was going to ask Dave. I was going to ask you about actually the Happiness Patrol. What are you guys currently covering on the Happiness Patrol? It's in terms of you're in Star Wars right now, right?
Correct. So season 1. So I'll back up. Happiness Patrol is, of course, named after the Doctor Who episode, but we're not talking about Doctor Who. That's what we have the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for. But we basically said, we're sick of toxic fandom. We are sick of all of the complaining and the meh. So we wanted to talk about something that makes us happy. That doesn't mean we can't be critical of it. Just means that we're not going to be all nitpicky negative. And we chose for the first season, we're talking about Star Wars. We're going in movie chronological order. And as you saw during the commercial break, our next episode, episode 4, is on Solo.
Oh, Dave, I may have been gone during that. I just outed myself as having gotten up during the commercial.
No problem.
Because otherwise I would have known that. But
it's okay. It's a valid question. Who knows if I, that's the point of a commercial break sometimes is
yeah, you put the break. But are Dave, are you a big Star Wars? Because I'm a big Star Wars geek as well, and we've never really spoken about this before because it's kind of been all Doctor Who. But that's another thing I wouldn't mind taking questions about too. But would you consider yourself a big diehard Star Wars fan, Dave?
I wouldn't call myself diehard. I definitely enjoy it. I have fun with it. I don't know the name of every character on screen at all times, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because every character on that screen has a full name. That's part of the joy of Star Wars,
right?
You never know who's going to get an action figure. But,
I'm not I'm not enough of a fan to actually people from the wiki from Wikipedia. I can't tell you actually the character was named. I can't do that. But yeah,
I can do everybody up from the first 2 movies when it was just Star Wars and Empire. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Once the Muppets came in, I lost. Once the Muppets came in, I was out. So.
My cousin Cameron can probably name everybody from every movie because that's just kind of mind he is, and he is a diehard.
Right.
A story from episode 1 is my cousin Cameron, who's on the show with us, camped out for over a week for his tickets and seats for Star Wars episode 1.
Oh wow,
Phantom Menace. And I actually camped out with him for the last night as well. So it was a heck of an experience. It was the last big movie that you could really do that for, because it was not long after that they started being able to get things in advance.
Right. They started online tickets after that. I camped out for Empire, and that was crazy. And then by the time Jedi came out, it was multiplexes. So it wasn't as bad. So it was playing on 5 screens. So it was oh, okay.
Yeah, Phantom Menace, I think, was playing on almost every screen in that theater, but there was still a line of people camped out, and the line itself went all the way around the building.
That's crazy.
By the time before they started letting people in.
I was trying
It
to
was-
remember what movie it was that the trailer for Phantom Menace was on, so everybody went to see that movie just to watch the trailer. and then left.
It was like
I don't. It was some terrible movie that had nothing to do with Star Wars.
Yeah.
People bought a ticket and then walked out. You know, I was a child at the time when Phantom Menace came out, and even I remember like it was just insane because I was a big Star Wars kid, like from the original 3, like and then when Phantom Menace came out, I was excited to go see it, but like it was just crazy. I remember that. But that's kind of where you are, Dave. Like you're not going to quote the wiki at someone, but it does make you happy.
No.
It does bring you joy.
It makes me happy,
basically. Yeah.
And I brought that. You'll notice on those episodes, I'm actually probably the most quiet of the group because I can let the group that I've assembled go. I start things up, kind of like Christian can do here. It's always a good episode when you can just start the ball rolling and it just keeps snowballing.
I love it.
Cool. Well, that was my question. Thanks, Dave. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
So, Dave,
No,
are you doing all the live action Star Wars films?
We're going to do all of the movies.
All of them.
I was 5 months old when Star Wars
all
came
of the
out.
films, and then we're not doing all the direct to video stuff. We're just doing- yeah.
I want
Unfortunately.
Ewok Adventure.
No,
Yeah,
no Ewok in season 1. That does
I
not
want
mean
to see
we won't
Sybil
circle
again.
back
I
to
want to
it.
see Sybil again.
It doesn't mean we won't circle back to it in the second season. We're discussing what we want to do for that. The only exception to the in cinema films, we're making one exception, and I'm not going to say what it is, but it'll happen before the end of the year.
Okay. Will be the Christmas special, I hope.
Well, maybe. There's only so many months left.
Hey,
and it would, if you look on a calendar, if you look on a calendar in movie chronological order, because we go once a month. November is A New Hope.
Okay.
The next thing in there would be
fit. It would fit. Yep.
It would fit. So there's a good chance of that. I'm not saying it is, but I'm certainly not saying it isn't.
I'm sorry I guessed. Okay. But,
It was a dead giveaway.
You're sorry you guessed. I'm sorry that we're doing it.
I just so you know, I
don't
used
even know what
to I worked at a retail store for 30 years, and I hated Black Friday because that was the death day for all of us. So I would put on our in-store television. We were supposed to be playing some holiday thing, and I put on my bootleg of the Star Wars Holiday Special on repeat, so people would leave the store quickly. And
think of that.
it worked wonderfully, except my employees wanted to kill me.
done that.
That's brilliant. I'm waiting to see. I'll spoil that. Jessica Womack has never seen it out of principle.
What, the holiday special?
The holiday special.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
know
I
it
don't think.
existed
I don't
until
think
someone showed me.
I don't think you can call yourself a Star Wars fan unless you've seen it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I knew it. I avoided it.
That's a right of
We've got a
passage.
gatekeeper here.
At least now
Not
there's a
necessarily
riff
gatekeeper,
track.
it's just the right of passage. I mean, it's part of
Yeah,
it.
at least now there's a riff track version. So
Wait, when
Yeah.
did the Christmas special? What year did it come out?
got 79.
79?
I think so.
So I was
79,
3.
I think. I was a kid. I stayed up to watch it, and it was the first Star Wars before the VHSs had come out. This is the first time we could see any Star Wars that wasn't on the screen.
Sense now what my uncle put me in front of when I was 3 years old. Okay, now that makes sense. My birthday was November. Christmas
So
came.
that'd be 70,
Okay.
78 or 79 because it was before
Hang on.
Empire.
Star Wars Holiday Special, an American television special originally broadcast by CBS on November 17th, 1978.
I was 2. I just turned 2. Oh my god. That's why I never knew it existed. Okay.
No,
Until
if you
I-
ask anyone
I
who
hit it.
celebrates Life Day, any of the
Yep.
Star Wars fans celebrate Life Day. That's why it's November 17th.
Yep.
Oh, okay, 5 months old when Star Wars came out. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
I don't know why it made me think of this because if anybody remembers the Galactic Hotel over at Walt Disney World that lasted
I heard stories about it.
8 months or something like that. Everybody had already who wanted it to, what was it? If I'm not mistaken, what was it? 3,000? No, 6,000 for 4 people for a 2-nighter.
2-night event. Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, you know what? For the same
There's
amount
some
of money.
cosplay LARPing.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
it
it was
would
on
have been.
Tim the Tracker was talking about it.
And I said it was cheaper just to go to MegaCon, and there's always Star Wars characters. I mean, like
Better. Yeah,
better.
that
They're
look
better.
better.
It's
Act
interesting.
better.
There's another podcast that I tripped across, and I was looking for podcasts talking about Sabak, but I came across this one called Heroes of the Halcyon, which is basically all about the people's experiences at that hotel, because there was storylines that went through. Like, it was more than just a show up and dress up. That it was a full immersive theater experience.
Well, what it was all the stuff that was supposed to be in the original park, but they realized it was too expensive, so they experimented with it on the hotel, and obviously they expected during the worst economic situation we've ever had in a long time for people to spend thousands of dollars on a fake cruise, and you couldn't even leave the hotel. So
yeah, it was definitely an interesting experiment, and
there are some great videos talking about why it failed and how cool it was, but why it still failed. So
I think I saw an essay on that once. Yeah,
there's a couple that went viral on that.
I definitely want to go back to Galaxyland, because I know they're redoing a bunch of the lines in Hollywood Studios, a bunch of the rides.
What is it? Smuggler's Run's finally getting multiple stories like Star Tours did.
And they're also they've taken Muppets 3D out from the main
and making it the roller coaster.
Part. Yeah, so we'll see. There's I definitely want to go back there, whether it's for a whole day or for just a half a day or for whatever. We'll figure it out. Also, it's always good to go back and go to Ogus.
Let me go ahead and bring up some questions there, Dave.
Yeah, let's do that.
Did Candyman have a question as well?
Yeah, I've got a question for Christian.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay, Christian, you're saying you're taking your pants off. Okay. Do you know what it means in British English?
I know what it means in Asia. It's at my house right now. Go ahead, sir. What does it mean? Take your pants off.
In the UK, pants means underwear.
I thought that was your knickers.
No, that's what girls wear.
Oh, okay.
Boys tend to wear pants.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I remember that.
So when you were saying you're taking your pants off, are you taking your underwear off, or are you just taking your trousers off?
Trousers.
We're trying to stay monetized, Christian.
Exactly.
Say trousers.
Monetized. I'm trying to stay relevant on this thing. I don't want to be. I got pulled from Facebook on my own personal Facebook page.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, it wasn't demonetized. It was where
Flag.
we're streaming right now, where people can find us. Of course, the YouTube channel and
I gotta check mine now.
on the Traveling TARDIS. We're also on the Facebook page of the Traveling TARDIS. We're live. We're also on X and Twitch, but my own personal Facebook page just shut down. All of a sudden, I got a warning from StreamYard, and it says we can't go run anymore. So by chance, I was going back to Facebook on my own personal page, and that's when I pulled up the warning. It says your video has been stopped. They're not showing it anymore and it said violence, nudity. I was just like, what the hell are they watching? Because it's not mine. Yeah, of course, Spaceballs.
Wait.
Yeah. So when you refer to taking your pants off, you mean taking your trousers off? I just want to clarify that for the audience in the UK.
Yes.
Because I'm
probably banned there anyway.
Well, we are live. It says it's shared and everything on the regular page, but my page,
Right, but my personal Facebook page, that's where it got flagged.
that's crazy.
And like, yeah, the other two pages, I think there's three. Is there another page running? No, it's the Traveling TARDIS Facebook page and
Your page.
There's a Whovian cosplay page that it goes to, which not too many go over there, but I mean they're usually over at the YouTube and the Facebook pages. But my personal one shut down. I'm just like, that's really weird that shut down, and
Is
not
it
the other two.
Somebody on there that could have flagged it.
It's a possibility. I mean,
Anything's possible.
We got flags, trousers. I cannot wait to see the fan questions after these.
Let's go to the fan questions. Let's see what's going on. For the record, there was a third Facebook page. It was Erie, Florida, but when Mark's internet dropped, it cut.
Yeah, when my internet dropped, it died. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It pulled it off.
You can put it back on if it works. Raj says, do you guys and gals here about the new height points that we can give your YouTube videos per week.
Yeah,
No,
that's new.
I've not heard
Yes,
That's new. I haven't read much on it yet. So
no, yes. The height points, I'm not exactly sure how it works, but basically you keep chatting and chatting and chatting, and your points go up. I'm actually looking at my phone right now, and yeah, there's like 5.
Oh, that's that 0 XP thing.
Yeah. The XP
So
thing.
wait, YouTube is an RPG now? Like what?
Yeah.
Yep.
What is that?
Yep.
So they added a new
Same thing
mechanic.
with same thing with TikTok. The more that you chat, the more gifts that you get, then you become a gifter or something of that nature.
Yeah.
So
Is this going to go the way of
Meta
Among Us?
did buy TikTok and now destroying all the channels.
That's what they're all doing. So
Is this
Hey,
going to
I
become
need-
like?
I
Is
need
this going to become
1,000
like Among Us, where like it started out simple and now it's like as complicated as like a D&D game? Is that just going to be
I don't know
YouTube
what the
now?
high points are for. I mean, I'm still reading up on it, but I mean, if you want more high points, just
I don't
keep
know,
chatting,
but
keep chatting.
Candyman is sus.
Candyman sus. Expel Candyman.
So there.
We expelled Candyman and we did not get the imposter.
Guys,
and it was
I need
Dave.
1,000 followers live on
Yeah,
Instagram.
just blame the Brit. Just blame the Brit.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean? I'm used
exactly.
to it.
Always. And
Candyman would be
you're
the person
guy
that was
we
trying to
fought-
save us and we expelled him prematurely.
That's why
And it was
the Brits play all the bad guys in Star Wars, is because we don't trust you guys. Yes.
Meanwhile, literally the biggest bad in Star Wars has the transatlantic accent, so he is neither British nor American.
Nor
That's what he
American,
says,
yep.
father, you know.
All right. Dan says, is Christian still using the TSR-80? Yes. Well, don't make fun of my TRS-80, okay?
My Trash 80 was the best
It
until
was
I got
the
my
best.
Commodore 64.
And
Once I got my Commodore, that was it, man. I used that thing till it ground to a halt.
10 our RAM or whatever.
That's okay. I found floppy disks from when I went to my first college, and my mom's like, "Oh, that's for the Apple when it came out, the 2E or whatever, and the other one's for the Commodore." And we were like looking at it, they're like this, like that.
Nothing hurts more than when I went to a museum and there was a Commodore 64 as an antique in the museum.
I can almost beat that. Almost.
Mm.
I went to a museum and they had several different eras worth of telephones kind of spread out around. And
Okay.
You could call each of the different phones from the other phones.
Nice.
Internally. I had to teach kids how to answer a phone.
How to do it. Yeah.
Because they had picked it up and were waiting for the call.
One of my
And you're waiting like when does this phone call come in?
Oh,
So you have
okay.
to hang it up. You have to put it down and wait for it to ring. And I also had to teach them how to dial the things. I felt like turning to dust.
Did they have the wire one? The wires? Because one of my great aunts was one of the teleoperators with the headset, and you put the wire in and connect like that. Yeah.
Like one of the OG operators.
Yeah. My
that's
my
awesome.
was born in 1900s. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say I was born in 1900. Like I thought that's what you were about to say.
Technically.
In fact,
My birthday does have a 19.
It's crazy.
Adding on what you said, there is, and I'll show you on. If you're looking at YouTube from your app, if you notice in the left hand, is it the left? My right. You're on the right hand corner. That's actually things you can click on, just like on TikTok, and you can push heart, and it's kind of like a like, and then you could see. I don't know if you can see it, but there you see. If I keep hitting that heart, it just makes a stream of hearts. Or I can push it. I don't have no idea what this is, but I think it's supposed to be like TikTok. If you do that long enough, you bring attention to whatever. So I mean,
I think if we were only live on YouTube, we might be able to see that. Like if we weren't using StreamYard as an intermediary.
Like the chat, we would see the chat and everything too.
Yeah. Well, I use the cell phone to monitor what's going on with YouTube out there. So, but I guess if you want to hit the like button or the heart or whatever, I guess it's supposed to.
It'll help the algorithm.
It'll help the algorithm go. So
need the algorithm.
Yeah, if you want to hit that thing, go for it. I'll
Raise the algorithm.
Is YouTube Studio still a thing? Is that the editing software still?
It's the back end. Yeah. It's
Okay.
not. Calling it editing software, I think, is giving it a little too much credit. But it's,
editing
the
software
behind
tends to work. That's one thing.
Hey, yeah. Time scales, you are 100% right. That was how we all saved our money. Yeah.
We had
Actually,
our 5.5 inch floppy.
I'm going to be really pedantic here.
Pedantic.
The 5.25 inch floppy never had 1.4 megabytes. That was a 3.5 floppy.
Right.
Double density, high density one
Yeah.
was 1.4 meg.
The
hard disk. It was not the floppy, but the hard disk one. Remember those? The HD hard disk ones that went into the word processors?
Yeah,
that
there were still floppy disks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were still floppy inside. Yeah. The ones I just remember getting the hole puncher so you could notch them easier. So
yeah.
I like
Dad's
Candyman
"Man,
coming in
why,
with the.
why do we have to keep buying hole punchers? They keep. I was like, oh, I'm punching so much paper, Dad. So much paper.
And I like Candyman coming in with coming in with the technicality KO right there.
Yeah, I'm all chaos. You know what I mean? I'm being pedantic. Do you remember when you used to get those VHSs and they used to take the tab out and you wanted to be called over?
Yeah, they put the tape over.
Yeah.
Even the cassette tapes with the screws, you unscrew it and you would put it at the point and everything. Yep. Because when I had to do recordings for class, I had to be able to flip the tapes fast, so I had to take out that white piece and retape it and restring it.
Yeah, I've still got somewhere my 48K Spectrum. You guys never had Sinclair Spectrum in the US, did you?
No, we had the
related to
Commodore.
the.
Yeah, we had the Commodores instead. So.
Commodore, the Apple IIes that I blew up from typing. Yeah, those things.
In the UK, we had the Commodore, and its rival was Spectrum, which was a UK
Spectrum.
Term. And they had loads of games. It was like you had the Commodore 64 or the 48K Spectrum.
Yeah,
Is that related to the ZX Spectrum?
Yeah, ZX Spectrum.
Commodore had a great Doctor Who game. That was you had to run around running from Daleks. It was pretty epic. So.
Nice.
And
that's not the old one with Anthony Ainley at the beginning, right? That's
I know Tom Baker was doing the
that was actually Impossible Mission, but it didn't actually. It wasn't a Doctor Who thing, but it looked like Daleks, and it had Anthony Ainley.
Okay.
How did the Doctor get away from the Daleks with those memory transfer rates in time?
Oh yeah, no. I was trying to remember 5.25. I think it was like 520K if you got both sides. I think that was it. So think about that.
Imagine kids say playing the video games now on a Commodore, and they're like, "Why is this thing not moving? Why does it look like like a little short ET thing?" And stuff like they would go nuts. They were like, "It's taking too long."
You know, older games are actually really challenging a lot of the time. A lot of newer games are very forgiving. Not saying that they're, that they don't make hard games nowadays. They make actually rage games, which was not a thing that we had when we were kids. Usually a rage game was a badly made game on accident. But, those earlier games are really challenging, actually. And I'm going to plug two YouTubers as well. There's one YouTuber called the 8-Bit Guy, and there's another one called Stuart Ashen, and they talk about old. I also watch Angry Video Game Nerd, but I mean, there's 8-bit games, and even the 16-bit games are hard too.
Oh man, no! You want to talk hard? Was the stupid Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy game that was a text game?
Yes.
There was no help, and if you screwed up at the beginning, the game ended. Or
I've played that on my channel.
There were bits trying to get the Babel fish. If you didn't do it exactly right, you were done. You had to start the game over.
It exists online. You can actually play it online.
You're talking about that text game?
The text game, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, you only have like 5 moves.
Well, speaking of games, when I was at anime,
which one you got?
That one.
Wait, like
oh yeah,
Destiny of the Doctors.
Yeah,
that's the one with the Doctors.
There's a cool. It has a cool intro done by Anthony.
Yeah, that's the one with the CD-ROM intro for Anthony Ainley. Yeah,
I've still got it.
That's epic. Yep.
Yeah.
There, GOG, Good Old Games, has a dream list now of games they want to preserve, and that's on there. You can vote for that one. So, Destiny of the Doctor, I would highly recommend getting on there voting for that.
There he is. Yeah.
Do they do emulation to preserve it, or are they just doing software preservation?
They're actually restoring them so they'll be playable on modern machines. They've already done that for quite a few games. They've got like a bunch of games on the list. Hey, Counter 64 BBS, yes.
Oh God,
as long as you had a secret one that you could get the games on, that's what the ones I did.
Of course. Yeah, they would. You would have the BBS, and you would upload. You would upload them to the BBS so that people would send it to your games, and that's how you got your games.
That's how you got to get. Oh man, downloading a 520K disc was hours, and you had to have your phone line tied up for all that, and your parents would be like, "What's going on? Why can't I use the phone?" Just no, don't worry, Mom, it's okay.
Yeah, and, no, I was unlucky enough to. My parents had call waiting at the time.
Oh God. The bane of our
existence. Yeah, my parents had call waiting, and that ruined everything. So you'd be in the. I was playing with friends Doom in the middle of the night. You hook it up.
My God! Yeah.
And you got that random call from somebody at 3 a.m, and it just shut everything off. And it was like, frick.
God, I'm downloaded strip poker. Come on, that took hours.
I am from the generation that is. I'm young enough to have experienced dial-up when I was a teenager, but I also had like the iPhones and everything too. So like I've kind of seen both sides, and like modern stuff is better, but it's
black
like
and white TV.
But when you have to wait for the dial-up download, it does make you appreciate it so much when it finally works and no one interrupts it with a call.
Exactly.
Yep. All right, I'll answer that one. Best Commodore 64 game of all time, Elite. Elite, no question. That was like a spaceflight sim beyond spaceflight sims.
Oh my God, I love that game.
Yeah, they've got it now, Elite Dangerous, a modern version, but Elite was great. I'd say second, real close, would be the D&D Gold Box game, Savage Frontier. That one was really good too. So, but the Gold Box D&D games were a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. So, and
64 had some. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Just you talk about demos and stuff like that. Downloading them. Before that, we had to type them in from magazines, pages of code.
Yeah. My grandpa told me about that. Yeah,
and then you'd have to wait for next month.
Oh God!
You'd have to wait for next month for them to print the errata on the 3 things that they screwed up.
My grandpa talked about putting in a typo and having to figure out what because it wasn't like because the text was encoded. It wasn't exactly like, so he had, if he screwed something up and there was a typo and something didn't make sense, he'd have to go through and systematically figure out what he mistyped.
Yeah, that's how we all learned coding. That's how we all learned coding back then. It was crazy.
Oh hell, you would get your Civil War chess set pieces before you got it.
Yes.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was crazy stuff. But
and then you have to record it onto tape as well.
Now the modern game is a cat game, because this is what Play NYC was doing at Anime NYC. It was a scavenger hunt with the boots that promoting games and everything. But this was the coolest. Heredity gave us a wax seal.
Oh, wax seal. That's pretty epic.
Yep. And everything. But I was just like, now we've gone from Commodore 64 to these games now, these companies and everything that actually know Dave's show. They were asking if he was there and everything. I said no, and they were hoping he would come and visit. But it's .nyc, and this was sponsoring this. You guys can see the QR code and everything. You can check them out. And any of these games, check them out. They were really cool and stuff. I just couldn't play them because my dyslexic brain does not like certain things, especially they had a black and white game that I could see the pixels behind the screen. It was hurting my head. Everything.
Let's go ahead and get more to the chats here. Hang on one second.
Let's see. Yep.
Yeah, I did see somebody just bought the Commodore company.
Oh, I wanted to say this, Dan.
Hey,
he's working on it. I've been knocking on his door and everything. It's coming. I just think he's working with Chef, the Voodoo Chef, to get more bottles over there. But I have more bottles. And for everybody who is curious, yes, we will be selling them at Ancient City. When we'll make the announcement about Ancient City, but we'll be selling those at Ancient City, $14 a pop. And Billy's still working on it, so we haven't forgotten. Just keep nagging him, and eventually he'll get it all taken care of right there. Okay, question for Christian. What is your favorite genre of music and favorite live concert? R&B, of course, and it's got to be 80s R&B. I love 80s R&B. Pebbles, Luther Vandross, all the Jacksons, every one of them. And as far as favorite concerts concerned, and since we're talking about my birthday, my best friend took me out to see one of my favorite bands is Steely Dan.
Oh, wow.
And we were hoping they would play FM. We would actually put our fingers like this the whole time, just like, please play FM, please play FM. And it was, what they call the song that they come back in, the encore song or something?
The encore.
Their encore song, they were playing FM. They ran it for like 10 minutes. They kept playing it and playing and playing. It was like, that was one of my best birthday presents, because my best friend was there watching. And the funny part about that is that we went to a CD album store looking for music, and one day he comes in with me, and he was looking for Steely Dan, and I was looking for Donald Fagen's Kamakiriad. We had no idea that the lead singer of Steely Dan was Donald Fagen. It's just like, this guy sounds so familiar. It's just like, oh my God, it's him. So talking about having specific interests, but my favorite music's 80s, and definitely 80s R&B specifically.
Nice. I had to stop myself from singing 80s R&B right there, and I was like, oh wait, don't do that.
Got more questions, Raj. So Hurricane Aaron wasn't that bad this weekend in your area, Christian and Gadget. I didn't get anything.
We got.
It actually came up to you. It kind of just went by us. So
it rained the night before, but that was it.
Yeah.
We still had that rain though. When I was down there, it was like.
Timescale says, Raj. Oh wait, that's for Raj. Have you seen the sudden huge amount of videos on YouTube, including from real news sources, claiming that this asteroid is actually a spaceship?
31 Atlas.
One.
Don't say anything. Men in Black might show up. Don't say anything.
Two. They already got me on speed dial. No, two scientists have said it could be something like that, because that's what we would do. That's it. Two scientists. So they say, all these newscasters are saying a consortium of scientists agree that this might be some sort of alien space probe. But it's like
they weren't supposed to be here until 2176.
No,
they came early. They came early.
This will be here November, and just like the last three, we finally got cameras that can catch these. That's why it seems like they're happening so often. For this, we never caught them, but now we've got James Webb and a couple others. They're able to spot these.
Are we catching them, or are they doing it on purpose? Because they want to see the crazy show that's going on
that's
here.
why this is 3I. I stands for interstellar, so it's the third interstellar thing we've caught.
So basically, it's like the Interstellar Song Contest. They want to see what the craziness is going on down here.
Remember, I run the Eerie Travels podcast, so I get 100 letters a week of people spotting UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, and all the UFO emails I get are the day after a Starlink launch or an Atlas launch or something. So that I get all those, and it's the same thing with this.
The funniest thing is the only one that scares me is the one with the really, really big eyes. I can watch the Stargate ones. I can watch all the other short ones and everything. But for some reason, it's the ones with the really, really ones that just I can't do.
Yeah.
This may be a bad time to ask this, but what asteroid are we talking?
It's a 3I Atlas. It's basically acting like a comet, but it's actually coming from outside our solar system, and we've had 3 of those now. The one Omawaha, I can't pronounce it, and then they had another one last year, and now we've got this one. So,
and I assume from everyone's tone that this is not something to be concerned about. This is just something that's going to be flying by.
And like
brainwashed.
If this comes back in 26 years, it might be a problem.
That's what I was going to ask you, because Mark, did you hear about the thing? Because I know you know about the Montauk Project. But you heard about the thing that got loose in the 80s, right? That was running around over Long Island? The little short guy that was running around Long Island?
Yeah, the leprechaun, they called it and stuff.
He wasn't a leprechaun because he was not, because he knocked because my grandfather had to go out and chase something away. And then we see guys with cars and sirens going that way.
Yeah.
It was about 2:00 in the morning out by 62 on Long Island. Yeah.
We've had an asteroid come by before, and people thought it was some kind of spaceship and stuff too. So I know this is like not necessarily a new thing, but I was just interested because I'm a person who's I have a passing interest in cosmology, but I'm certainly not an expert or anything.
If you were like me, if you were a 70s kid, that was all we had because we didn't have cable. or
No, you had cable on the outskirts.
oh yeah, some people did. No, we would watch In Search Of and then go outside doing In Search Of. And that's why I grew up the way I grew up. So, but
Did you watch Carl Sagan's Cosmos?
Oh yeah.
Up? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
billions
great.
and billions.
Billions and billions of miles across the pale blue
And then Rod
dot.
Serling. Yeah, we watched Twilight Zone too. So
I love Rod. I just talked about Rod Serling in one of my recent videos. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and then Doctor Who. That was what we had. So.
And Dark Shadows and all the other crazy stuff.
Oh, Dark Shadows. Yeah, that was the horror guys. So that was me too. So.
Okay. Well, continuing on with the Commodore question, how many Doctor Who games did Commodore have? I think only the one, right? Maybe two.
I think there was only 1 or 2 licensed ones, but there were a bunch of
spin-offs,
cheesy ones that everybody threw together and stuff. So you could find a Doctor Who game easily if you look. There were a lot of little text ones in the early days. BBS there was a BBS one that I remember was like Guardians of Gallifrey and stuff like that. And that one was kind of fun. I'd stumble on occasionally.
What? This guy.
Yes,
the Guardians. The Guardians.
Former Lord
BBS,
President
right?
who destroyed the club, and then they came back after I left.
Yeah. No, there was a game for the Commodore that was a BBS game called Guardians of Gallifrey. And,
I'm just reading this because I think this is addressed to Sean. It says, I'm a big fan of anything science fiction. My philosophy is from Doctor Who to Star Wars. I can't stand the Foundation on Apple TV.
The Foundation on is it a streaming show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna one up you here. I don't even have Apple TV. That's how much I can't stand that show. No, I've never. But you know what? I will say I relate to that though, because my consumption of sci-fi is limited because I'm a big sci-fi fan, but there's something about like sometimes people show me like, oh, this is a really popular sci-fi show and a lot of people are watching this, and it's just like it just doesn't click with me unless it has that. It has to be distinct, I think. Even though I love sci-fi, I love Isaac Asimov, for example. I think he's a great sci-fi writer because he puts a lot of stuff about the human condition and the struggle for justice kind of in the same way as George Orwell does as well. And I think Doctor Who has some of that, albeit sometimes handled clunkily, as we can see from some recent examples. But it has to have that angle. If it's just like people chasing aliens, I'll ask, and I don't remember who asked that, but what specifically do you not like about that show? And then maybe Christian, you can tell me what they said, but I can relate to that.
I will say Apple TV, you want to watch Murderbot. Murderbot is really good. It's not quite the same as the books, but it is a lot of fun. So it has a lot to say too.
My favorite Doctor Who games that I enjoyed playing was Eternity Clock with the 11th Doctor and the Lonely Assassin.
Those were
good.
PlayStation, I think, and Xbox.
I think I know what Billy's talking about. What do you think of the new Alien show? Now, are you talking about Resident Alien or the Alien?
Alien Earth. I'm sure it's Alien Earth.
Yeah,
I'm 99% sure. I just want to make sure I'm clarifying.
Yeah, probably Alien Earth. And
has anybody seen it?
I've watched the first couple episodes. It hasn't wowed me, but it hasn't killed it either. So it's I'll just say it's better than Prometheus. So I'll leave it at that. So.
Anything's better than Prometheus, for Christ's sake.
Exactly. That's how low the bar was.
Gotcha. Yes, Alien Earth.
What is Prometheus?
It doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Just don't.
There's
go
only
back.
one Highlander movie too. So
yeah.
Although that's right, and a good
movie
soundtrack by the man himself.
Yeah, I know. Not even talking about the reboot.
Yeah, the reboot looks like it could be interesting, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah,
There
Alien
should have
Earth.
been only one. That's all I'll say.
Fair. Yeah, I haven't watched Alien Earth yet. It's on my list, but I've been, for some reason, decided I was going to re-binge MASH.
Oh no!
What
So I've just been
is
watching
MASH?
all
I
of
used to see that on my cable guide. What is MASH?
A time.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's it. I'm having a heart attack. I'm too old.
Mobile
Army Surgical Hospital.
Mobile Army Surgical.
It was one
About
of
the Korean War.
Right. It was
okay.
one of the greatest shows possibly ever that ever hit TV. The season final actually is still, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the largest rated show of any TV show episode ever. Still to this day. And essentially, yeah, it took place in the Korean War. And the irony of it is the series lasted longer than the actual Korean War.
By about 3 times.
That's how.
Yeah.
And then they had Aftermash, if you remember that, the spinoff Aftermash.
Yeah.
When they were
Again,
all doctors.
there should have been only one.
Yep.
Yeah, there can be only one.
I was a bit of a
Trapper John.
fan.
Trapper John was a spinoff of MASH. There were a
Yep.
ton of spinoffs of MASH. So
Yeah, but that one was separate, right? That one was
yeah,
like,
that was just him coming back to the States and being a doctor. It was a doctor show. It didn't.
Right.
But it was just he was the same character. But
And I like the fact that I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was what's his name, Wayne something,
Wayne Rogers.
Who played
Trapper
God,
John.
why is-
Trapper John.
Thank you. Who played Trapper John? He goes into, and I think he left the series because A, he didn't like what was going on. B, he didn't want to be typecast. He goes to house calls and he becomes a doctor for 2 years.
And
I
then
like
he was in
that.
the I Dream of Jeannie movie.
Yeah.
With Gary Hagman.
The question came up. Well, let me get this. Yeah, timescales. Yeah, I saw you. You were live with us the other day with the Kitchen Killers, and yeah, that song and many other songs that he does is wonderful. He's working. Billy and I are working on something where every once in a while he will go live on our channel to play. So there is a couple episodes of Billy's concerts on our stream, and if you want to check them out, by all means, go ahead. But yeah, Billy had Kitchen Killers had their 8th season finale, and we were a part of it. So very happy about that. Anybody remember Real Zelda?
Oh God. The Atari one?
I guess.
Or the 8-bit?
I don't know. There's James, do you mean Legend of Zelda?
Because there was one that was that big I used to play. Then there was the Nintendo one that was a little bigger. And then he became full size.
Did they say Real Zelda? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That sounds like a diehard original fan.
So that means it was
on
little
the
one.
NES.
Little one.
I understand what you
Not NES. It was like one before that. There was an 8-bit type E. Yeah. I don't know if it was Atari 2600 or because I gotta check my
I don't
games.
think it wasn't Zelda. That was something else. That was Adventure. But
Yeah,
I thought I had a
Adventure.
Zelda
Yeah, I
premiered-
remember Adventure. On the
Zelda
2600.
premiered on the NES, but it also was on Game Boy.
Okay, I had the Game Boy one. Okay.
Yeah.
NES
Zelda has a banger soundtrack as
Speaking,
well.
where is my Game Boy? It's around here somewhere.
Zelda was really good on the NES.
I have never played a Zelda game that has not frustrated the heck out of me, though. I will
Oh
say.
yeah, they all have their.
I've done A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, and I had Ocarina, and then I have the original as well.
I highly recommend a very obscure YouTube series if you can find it. I don't even think it's on YouTube anymore. It was done by a lot of comedians. It was called The Legend of Neil, and it's a guy who gets drunk and winds up live action Legend of Zelda. And I think Felicia Day and some very early nerdy comics were in it. It was hysterical. I think it went 3 seasons. It was pretty fun.
She was talking about it at New York Comic Con with the rest of the cast and everything and stuff.
Oh, nice.
I
Yeah.
brought one Zelda game. I can't remember which one it was, but I didn't actually use it to play it. I used it because it had a exploit to break the Wii's on it.
Yeah,
You
I
had
remember
to
that.
on the screen, and it literally homebrewed your machine. So yeah, it was quite a handy little game to have.
Yeah.
Wait,
Invasion on Apple TV was good. I'll give it credit. I saw that. That was pretty good. It had very much Torchwood, Children of Earth vibes.
Candyman, did you say an exploit to break the Wii?
Yeah.
So was that like on the Virtual Console then?
No.
Or was it like a new Zelda game?
It was a
download game, wasn't it?
No,
it was one of the
game. It was actual full game. You had to get the version 1.
Okay.
And you couldn't update it, and you had to run backwards off the screen. So the game was making you go forward, but if you went the other way, like Ready Player One, it literally crashed the game and allowed you to get into the programming of the Wii.
Homebrew is kind of a passion of mine that I've not talked about, but like the homebrew community is like the way that they figure out how consoles work, probably better than a lot of the employees at Nintendo, is insane.
Yep.
All right.
Have we got any more questions, Christian?
Oh, yeah, we do. Still going. Billy says, how do you feel about a lot of the sci-fi and fantasy shows being based on books?
Be great if they followed them.
That's true. There's some truth to that.
I'll give you one: Outlander and Blood of My Blood.
Star Wars. Star Wars.
There is
Harry Potter followed the books a little bit, so look how successful that was. Why does everybody have to change it? I'm looking at you, Dresden Files. I'm looking at you, Rings of Power. I'm looking at you, Lord. Oh man, was it Wheel of Time? Come on.
Oh God, no, that doesn't even.
I'll just say
book ever, and you got to just. Oh, we're not going to use that. We're just calling it this.
I'll just say one little thing that if there's an honest trailer for The Shining and it says based on a novel that Stanley Kubrick threw in the trash, I just thought that was so funny.
Haven.
That was true.
Hey, the
World War
series
Z. World War Z, probably one of the greatest books of all time. World War Z movie was good, just had nothing to do with the book.
I believe some of the early sci-fi serials, even I think that's part of the reason I think that Doctor Who got created, because I think back then there's a channel called Clever Dick Films which does Doctor Who documentaries, and I think back then they were sort of adapting a lot of novels into sci-fi, and the BBC wanted something original, so that's why Sidney Newman and a lot of those other people came in and helped produce Doctor Who. I believe.
That's why Nigel Neal, he had already created Quatermass.
Quatermass, yeah.
They were like, can you just bring something like Quatermass to Doctor Who? He's like, I've already made Quatermass. Just use that. And they didn't want to license it, so they made their own. So,
Raj, as long as Link goes, well, excuse me, princess, at least once.
Yeah.
Gotta have that little throwback to the animated series in there.
Yeah.
Or say it 40 times like Link does.
Wasn't that on Captain N originally?
I have that on a DVD over there.
Game Master.
VHS, I think. Yeah, Captain. Yeah, I have all that over there.
Yeah, the Bard's Tale mobile game was a remake of the old original Bard's Tale. It was. I loved that it was made in the spirit of the original, but done as a comedy. That was great. So yeah, Bard's Tale was one of those games on Commodore that there was a trilogy, and you would play for hours. It was one of those that had 3D 3-level mazes, and this is before you had a UI to follow anything, so you'd have graph paper figuring everything out.
I got something to show you guys.
I mean, there's something to be said for authors not being involved, because you got Michael Crichton who did Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah,
well, we're on 7 movies now, but there was only ever 3 books.
Yeah,
and they didn't follow, and they stopped following them at 2.
Well, they didn't even. The 2 had the beginning of it had one scene from 1, and
yeah,
it was very bizarre.
And Steven Spielberg made that. He made that movie better. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm glad he
I will
didn't
say
follow
that the only scene that the first one needed was that scene from the book. Was that scene when they first check out the count on the raptors, when they realized they had made it so the computer could only read the max that they were supposed to have, and then they finally turn off the limiter and they realize how many raptors they actually had. The raptors were breeding like crazy. Oh man,
yeah,
that in the book gave me chills.
I'd forgotten about that part. It's been a long time since I've read the books. So.
Oh, the books were so good. Yeah,
my perpetual mood is Ian Malcolm. I will say that. Facebook always asks, "What's your current mood?" Ian Malcolm, always.
That works.
That's my current mood.
That works. That's chaos.
From Malcolm, it's got to be Capaldi's Malcolm. I can't think of his name. Malcolm Kearney. Malcolm.
Oh yeah. From
yeah.
That'll be forever my mood.
And we cannot quote any of his lines on here.
Not one. Not one.
I don't know if this is an actual question. How about Colossal Cave for the Inform text game? Adrift actually has one smutty classic Utex adventure game with images.
With images, yep.
You say
That's why I can't show some other games. I have interactive games over there. We will get banned.
Well, speaking of smutty, guys, I've got to go because I've got a witch coven meeting that I got to be at. So.
Thank you very much for joining. Where can we, Mark, before you go, where can we find you, and give us one more plug for the book?
EerieTravels.com has all our links, all our appearances coming up. We'll be at Dragon Con this weekend, Mothman in a couple weeks. So definitely come to the Mothman Festival in West Virginia. Believe me, you've never experienced anything like it. The new book is Dark Side of the Smoky Mountains. If you want a travel guide if you want to avoid Baptist Vegas and see all the cryptids and monsters and legends, this is what you do. And it's available. Fine bookstores everywhere. A couple Cracker Barrels have it in Tennessee. But you're famous when you're Cracker Barrel famous. But EerieTravels.com. You can get
Wait, be careful with Cracker Barrel. I know they changed the logo to be more corporate.
Well, it's said we're still there, so I can't argue too much. So, but
Took out the cracker.
Thanks for
we're
thanks
trying
for
to get into
plug.
Buc-ee's. If we can get into Buc-ee's, we'll be good. So everybody requested at your local Buc-ee's.
You're gonna Buc-ee's.
I love that you just dropped all that lore before you check out. That was boss.
I have to do what I got. I'm a professional, guys. I've been doing this for decades, so I got to do what I got to do. So.
Yep.
But that's also why I have an early bedtime, and I got to go see these witches. So
It was great to talk to you. Thanks for coming.
nice
on.
talking to you all, and may the force be with you. Live long and prosper. And
This is the way.
And this is the way. We'll see you on the other side. Bye, gang.
On the flip side.
Bye-bye.
And again, if you're
Pass
just
by
joining us, we want to thank everybody who helped us get to the. God, what is going on with my lamp today?
So we're not going to show any pictures from the cons.
We could. I mean, we could do it quick, but I'm just like we did hit 75,000
That was
subscribers, but during the show, just about what was it, like half an hour ago?
Tell me 76.
1.8 million views now. So I mean, that just came in just recently, and. Not to neglect, I've been neglecting it for way too long, but we're about to hit another milestone, which I've not been paying attention to. And if you guys want to help out, I think we're down only to our last 40 people. We're looking at 80,000 subscribers to our.
That I saw the other day. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
80,000 subscribers to our what, Christian?
Our Facebook page.
Okay.
80,000 is just around the corner, so we're just looking for that. So. Yeah, I know it's not. It's just numbers, and we appreciate everybody, every person who has hit that subscribe button. Anybody who's anybody who's pressed that follow button on our Facebook page, wherever you follow us. Thank you for supporting us over the past 5-6 years. This has been amazing. We never thought. I like I said, I can't even get my head around this number. I couldn't even imagine that many people being in a room together that much, and especially. 1.8 million people just watching this.
Well, I just checked out that the Chicago Bears Stadium, Soldier Field, can only fit 61,000.
Okay.
Can't hold our audience.
Can't hold our audience.
So Bears can't hold our audience.
And some of you guys are so nice. You have subscribed thrice because you subscribe and you hit the bell notification. You hit all notifications. We would appreciate that too. I know that it's a little bit goofy, but like all of that helps. And I'm a newcomer here, but I really do appreciate all of you guys as well. And I wanted to say that individually as well.
Yeah. Yankee Stadium can only hold 46,537 people. So we got more than Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, we're
almost double
bigger than Yankee Stadium. I haven't. We were going to go over our respective conventions, but I'll do mine real fast, and then if you guys want to jump in, go for it. First of all, we want to thank the folks over at. Excuse me. I want to thank the folks over at Creation Entertainment for bringing us in and bringing in Dalek Hal. As you can see here, taking out the red shirts, he is in his full Star Trek outfit. And I believe Marvin will be bringing Hal to Ancient City Con with the other Dalek, Florida. So we want to thank you guys so much. And there's tons of pictures out there. To see even all the Kiras and the person to the left, that's Marvin, who runs Dalek Hal, the owner and operator, and couldn't get away without doing the shirt on the ground. That is Sarah. I believe you can catch her on the TikTok.
I'm just looking at the guy like, nothing to see here.
Do you say those violence?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing to see here. That
might be the violence. They might have thought that yeah.
That's her daughter Fiona on the left, and that is Marvin on the right. And the thing was, when we were doing the video thing, Marvin kept moving his hand around, so it's just like, come on. So we do that, and to show the Traveling TARDIS has new pictures of celebrities now, including Dominic Keaton, who plays Lieutenant Malcolm Reed from Enterprise. Also, Connor Triner, I believe.
You would
who
never
plays-
recognize him.
Yeah, somebody said, you know what? He looks like a kid you just scolded and gave him the TARDIS to take a picture with. It's just like, I did something wrong. And adding to that is also the lovely Christina Chong. So we got 3 new pictures. Some of you might be familiar with her work because it's not the only time she's actually been in Doctor Who. If you don't remember, an episode called A Good Man Goes to War, she was Lorna Bucket.
Yep.
For a very short time. I'm still miffed they killed her off.
Wasn't she the one that gave River the name, like the little cloth?
I think River came from the planet. What was it? The Forest of the Trees or something like
Right.
that. And they don't have a name for a lake, but they had a name for a river, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that she started in Doctor Who before she became a badass in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So there you go. So adding to that, and I want to thank again, if you didn't see last week's episode, Ryan Husk, who he looks like a Vulcan without the ears.
Yeah.
He runs his own podcast with Sarah Lofton, who played Jake in Deep Space Nine. It's a Star Trek podcast, of course, and they review episodes over there called The Seventh Rule. And you can check them out over there. But we want to thank everybody who came out there to see us. Thank you so much for joining us for that. And we hope to be returning soon. So that's all I had about that. I mean, I have a couple more pictures, but I wanted to make sure we shared the new pictures that we got of people joining the Friends of the Traveling TARDIS.
Awesome.
I do like this one the best.
Nice.
So I don't know if you and Gadget want to, Dave and you and Gadget want to chime in real fast, because I know we're going to be on the show.
Well, you want to go first, Dave, and then because
Sure, mine doesn't take long.
Yeah.
I was at Falcon. Whoops.
Yeah, you got it.
There we go. Falcon, board gaming convention in Calgary, Alberta, and the plan was to be streaming live for all 3 days. I did have a few minor technical issues. I grabbed the wrong laptop.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
So I had the laptop. If you were on my channel earlier today, I was just playing my NES Classic. I have that plugged into one of my older laptops. And I had both of my laptops at a theater event that I was running. And I just grabbed the wrong one. I was in a brain place. They're labeled. And I still grabbed the wrong one.
Oh.
So all day Friday, I couldn't stream on my own channel. I streamed with Mel's Board Game Room. Mel from Mel's Board Game Room is absolutely a great friend of mine, and she was streaming next to me. So I joined her on a bunch of her streams. She has StreamYard, and she has my channels in her StreamYard. So those are also on youtube.com/TheRatHoleDOTCA. There's actually a playlist of all the Falcon stuff. I'll probably throw this in there as well, just to be able to find it later. But I did Spill the Geek Tea live from the floor. Had to keep myself on mute because the microphone I was using is good at keeping the sound down. It's still noticeably there. But I did manage to stream a bunch of games on my channel. We did 2 streams of Looney Pyramids. Pyramid Arcade is a great game. It's over there. So it's getting hard to find, though. But it's, 20-something, 22 games and another 22 games all in the rule book that comes with it. So 44 games that comes in the box. It's incredible. Played Positano, based on the city in Italy. Fishing on Mel's channel, which is a trick-taking game. All sorts of great games. It was a ton of fun. Falcon is one of the it was Falcon 38. 38. So this thing has been going on for nearly 40 years.
Damn.
And it actually has been going on for 40 years because there was 2 years during the pandemic that they couldn't run. So it despite only being year 38, it has been 40 years that this has been around. They also have the Canadian Game Design Awards given out there. Gavin Brown and Adam Wise won the Canadian Game Design Award for their game Flask. That will eventually probably get published through Roxley Games, who was one of the were one of the people publishing Dice Throne and Santorini, sorry, is one of their games. They're one of the biggest board game publishers in Canada. They're small by most of the US standards, but they're a great company. So that was excellent. Now that I'm home and have access to my proper laptop, I can edit down a video about that game as well here in the near future. Oh, yeah. But that was my weekend in Calgary, was angrily banging my head against my own hand for screwing up and sort of getting stuff done. Oh yeah, and I had my volume turned down on the laptop because the laptop I was using to play Nintendo on, so I had it turned down in StreamYard. Keep the volume down, and so I had once I got it up and running, I had two streams that were really quiet. Very, very quiet.
It happens, though, man.
You're hunting rabbits.
Quiet.
And good.
Nintendo.
Tell us about your weekend out there.
Well, I have to give a shout out to Anime NYC and Crunchyroll for sponsoring me with press. This is if I can get in the camera, the press badge right here and everything. Had a little snafu with them because when you're not a very big outlet, they really don't believe people. So it was a different tone when it came to me and other people who were asking the same questions. But otherwise, I got to interview Yoko Takanashi from A Cruel Angel's Thesis, the singer. I gave my Lucasfilms to a college student who was trying to learn about the industry and met a lot of people. I have to give a shout out to Aflia Auto. They allowed me to tape the Demon Slayer, which is coming out, movie this September, as well as meeting a lot of our favorite new companions. They fell in love with the TARDIS and everything. Have to give a shout out to Image Anime, Crunchyroll again booth with Mimi, especially High Dive, because me and Dave have a connection. We both know Monica Royale, and her little sister Natalie plays one of the voices in Call the Night on my lovely shirt. And Gabriel were there, and I got to meet them and everything. And then this girl was good. I loved it. The Sonic food vendor and everything, that's Sonic. And we were serving up the TARDIS. It was like the best thing there. There was so many people. Thank you to High Dive, Sean and Tom, for letting me do that. She was a version of Mau Mau as going out in the club scene and everything. I was dressed as a different version and going like this modern one, which a frog game actually took a picture of me, but they haven't sent it yet. But there were so many things. Thank you to Play New York. They actually knew who the rat hole was. What is it? Rathole.ca. They knew who Dave was and everything, and was hoping he was there. And my cousin was trying to promote his convention, saying, but we do have to thank this company here because they sponsored the press room as well. And they have a webtoon or web comic that's coming out that's going to be multiple languages, and possibly, if you're dyslexic or blind, an audio, which is on their board right now. Yuki was the best. She sold the product like crazy. And my cousin is going to be doing DerpyCon this October 31st through the 2nd. He yelled at me because I got my tickets to Nightmare Before Christmas for my birthday. But if you use this code right here, I don't know if you guys can see it, Coming Home 25, you get $5 off your ticket. They're going to have Lisa, and Lisa's really cool and stuff. If you know the Hannah Montana movie, he was the mayor in there. And more stars are coming, and check it out. It's in New Jersey if you're on the East Coast. And like Manga Mirai was a good company. There were so many good places, and especially a shout out to my friend Alex at Aloha Comics, because if you are LGBTQ friendly, they are very nice and everything. If you have like the series Link Click, we also got to meet Zeno, who does the voice of, I'm trying to get this right, this character here. of this, because it's also on and partnered with Crunchyroll, you can always go to Aloha dash comic. I gotta get this right for you guys. Let me just get the bag and everything for you if you want to check out the books and everything. And a shout out again to Natalie, Gabriel, AJ Beckel, from Don to Don. Everybody, Zeno, everybody was the best there. And a shout out to 3 people who, I'm going to be honest with you guys, caught me when I fell, because you know what's going on. Mandy Katana, who is the real life Lois Griffin, Rob Franchisi, who is the real life Peter Griffin, and my friend Henry, who sometimes plays their son Chris as a running gag and everything because of that episode with the Asian character and everything. Thank you for being there, being my friends, and introducing me to more people and more fandoms. And those of you that posed with the pictures for Legend of Traveling TARDIS, especially that one girl. I don't know if you can get the picture. She has that white wig, and she's holding it like she's surprised and everything. She knew us right away. I mean, I said, "Traveling," she goes, "Give me," and everything. So I hope to come back. I hope I'm not banned from press because I voiced my opinion about being spoken to the way I was spoken to. But it was crazy that the whole guys in the press room were checking in on me and stuff, and would love to see us back. Everyone would love to see us there and everything. They had a good time posing with it, and all the booths just were like, "Please come back. You are a good person, and your show is the funniest show ever."
Since we are on a crunch time gadget, you're going to go ahead and start off. Go ahead and tell us where people can find you.
Well, now, like I said, I can't be at DerpyCon and everything because I'm going to be at the New York Botanical Gardens for my birthday again in November. So if you see me with the TARDIS and my wonderful Nightmare for Christmas getup that I wore last year, I'm still going to have the happy birthday ears on. That'll be in November. I'm going to be at New York Comic Con in October, and hopefully some other stuff that pops up. And guys, if we do hit 100,000, I wonder who's going to buy me the plane ticket and the hotel room, because
we've changed.
No, because we have 20. Who knows? We can get 25,000 by Christmas. That would be the best Christmas present for me because I get to hug Christian and everybody, you know, and all. And if you guys, there was a glitch with the thing. I was trying to get a discount code for everybody who went to the convention. So hopefully by New York Comic Con, they'll fix that glitch. But you can pick up on Lulu.com both my books. The one for kids that and adults who want to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons, who have learning disabilities, or just that they have a hard time with instructions that doesnesn't make sense. This is more visual. And if you want to find out what the ex-boyfriend did in England to me and stuff, and see a snippet of what the Doctor Who experience was like, check them out and everything. This is like worth the money. It's like everyone says I'm charging too cheap for it because it's like 3 books in one and everything. But it was fun. I'm glad I was there. Sue and her team with the press, Jonathan, they were going to fix the situation. But it's sad that when you have outlets that are small like us, especially like Instagram too, you need 1,000 followers, or they're looking at the people with the big equipment because they think that, you know, and not realizing we can reach people like this, 75,000. Who knew?
Yeah.
You know?
Speaking of which, Tom, where can people find you, my friend?
You can find me. I didn't touch anything. I'm not. Okay, there we go. Find us Sunday night at 5 p.m. Eastern on Spill the Geek Tea. Mark and I, Dave, we will be discussing something similar to this. What did we do over the weekend? As on Sunday, we did have an interview with Doctor Who in-print comic creator Jim Wilkins and artist Nesshead. I will invite Alistair, the man who sends the scripts, in time. But as we did all this because of crunch time there, Mark had something, I did something, Dave did something. I'm sure my cosplay sister did something. And what Mark and Charlie will be doing in the next couple of weeks. So we got a whole lot of stuff going on besides my own stuff, which catch me tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern for Tasty Talk. Tasty Cake.
Got it. Sean, where can people find you, my friend? Or maybe not.
You're on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Good.
Okay, you can find me at youtube.com/ourphilosophyis. I think it's 9119. I cover nerdy content, and if you want to talk about that kind of stuff in a queer-friendly space, you can head over to my channel. I'm currently reviewing all of the episodes of the Troughton era. I just finished the Moon Base, and I'm currently working on the Macroterror. If you want to hear about which moment in the moon base unintentionally made me laugh out loud to the point where I actually literally slap my knees and lean forward, then you can head over there and hear about that. And also, I'm going to be talking about various other Doctor Who things. And I will continue to go through the Troughton era of the show and hopefully review all the episodes. So if any of that sounds good to you, then head over to my channel. Thank you very much.
Speaking of which, Mr. Candyman, where can people find you?
By the looks of it, our philosophy. No. Yeah, you can find me here, Legend of Traveling TARDIS, at the Spielberg Geek T. You could also find me at my Instagram account, which is cyborg100_cosplay. But in a couple of weeks, you'll be able to find me at Invasion Culture Star, which is a charity event where they convert the whole town into a Comic Con. But any money which they raise goes to local hospice in the local area. They do it every year, and each year gets bigger and bigger. And I think if you can, I think they made last year. If you go to the website, scroll down.
Yeah.
£15,206.81.
Sweet.
For St Helens Hospice and Ipswich hospitals. So yeah, that's what we're basically raising money for that. So if you're in Essex and around Colchester, it's a fun day out. You can do your normal shopping, go to the bars, have something to eat, and then just go walk around the town and look at all the different cosplays, cars, things to do. They just bring the loads down, normally 501s down, Doctor Who, Harry Potter, princesses. It's quite weird seeing princesses dancing with like stormtroopers.
They never had a shot. Anyway, wrap it up first. Dave, wrap it up first. Tell me about the Happiness Patrol.
Boo. So yes, you can find me on Spill the Geek T, which you just saw, but at Happiness Patrol, as I was saying earlier, join me, Melanie Dean, Jessica Womack, that you know from here, as well as my cousin Cameron and my good friend Scott, as we talk about things that make us happy. And season 1 of that is Star Wars. Next episode comes out September 4th, ? I believe it's September 4th, the first Thursday of every month. Next episode is Solo, a Star Wars story. So you can hear what we have to say about that. And you can also find me on my channel, The Rat Hole DOTCA. It's youtube.com/The Rat Hole DOTCA. Because YouTube doesn't like URLs in their URLs.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I think that's everywhere. So, I will have coming soon. Horses on Filmed. Horses on Film, a new podcast that my cousin is working out. I just got the theme song sent to me today, and it's slowly working up to being a great show. So we'll hear more about that.
Anyway, folks, yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up. We got a hard break, and I apologize, sir. So the next convention we're going to be going to with the Daleks of Florida, Ancient City Con, September 12th through the 14th at the World Golf Village Renaissance Resort in St. Augustine. Yes, the Daleks of Florida will be there, and we will be there also with Dalek Hal. And we will be geeking out all over the place. So make sure you get your tickets now at ancientcity.com. ancientcitycon.com. Also, don't forget Maker's Fair, taking place November 8th and 9th, 2025, over at the Central Florida Fairgrounds, makerfairorlando.com. And next month, we can safely say the Traveling TARDIS will be returning to Halloween Horror Nights. Now, we're not in conjunction with Halloween Horror Nights. We just everybody is a big fan of the Halloween stuff that we will be starting in about probably the beginning of September and running its course all the way up to October 31st. So don't forget to be checking out the Traveling TARDIS as we now move into our holiday specials, starting with our Halloween. And also over at Ancient City, don't forget we will be selling our sauce over there, limited supply. And for those of you who are interested in buying the sauce from Billy, please make sure you just keep sending him emails. He is trying to get it taken care of, but we should be getting your sauce out there if you haven't received it already. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us again. 75,000 subscribers. This is phenomenal. And we can't do this without you, and we can't wait until we get to 100,000. I think that'll make us one of the largest Doctor Who podcasts out there. So without your help, we love doing this with you. We love everybody who comes through. We love you guys watching the shorts. We're hoping you're enjoying those as well as the Who Knew News, as well as the Game On series, as well as bits of the TARDIS. My God, I think we're up to 1,700 videos, and now 1.8 million views. So I couldn't even get my head around this, really. So I want to thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to say goodnight to Simon, of course. And as always, until the next venture, Tony, take us out.
All right, Simon.
Night, Simon.
Good night,
Night,
Simon.